Ever wondered who Santa Claus is and where he comes from? This jolly figure in the red suit, known by many names, has a story that spans centuries and cultures. Santa Claus, or as some call him, Saint Nicholas, Kris Kringle, or Father Christmas, is a beloved character that brings joy and wonder to the holiday season. He's the one we eagerly await every Christmas Eve, hoping to find gifts tucked under our tree when morning arrives. But how did this tradition start? Where did the legend of Santa Claus originate? And how has it evolved over time to become the holiday staple we know today? These are the questions we'll be delving into, exploring the history and evolution of Santa Claus, from his various incarnations to his modern-day depiction. So buckle up, get comfy, and prepare to join us on this fascinating journey to unravel the mystery of Santa Claus. The story of Santa Claus can be traced back to a real person, Saint Nicholas. Now, who was Saint Nicholas, you might wonder? Well, he was a 4th century Greek bishop known for his extraordinary generosity. Born in Patara, a village in modern-day Turkey, he was revered for his kindness, often giving away his wealth to help those in need. One of the most popular legends about Saint Nicholas tells the tale of how he saved 3 poor sisters from being sold into slavery by providing them with a dowry so they could be married. Nicholas didn't want anyone to know about his charitable act, so he dropped the money through the window during the night. Some stories even say he threw the coins down the chimney, where they landed in stockings hung by the fire to dry, a tradition that might sound familiar to our Christmas stockings. Saint Nicholas's reputation for secret gift-giving and his benevolence spread far and wide, eventually reaching the Netherlands. There he became known as Sinterklaas, a figure celebrated every year on the 5th of December, a day before Saint Nicholas's Day. Sinterklaas was portrayed as a bearded bishop who traveled from house to house on the eve of his feast day, leaving treats for children in their shoes. As time passed, the legend of Saint Nicholas and Sinterklaas blended with other cultural and folkloric traditions. The figure of this kind, gift-giving bishop began to evolve and take on new characteristics, morphing into the Santa Claus we know today. However, despite the changes in appearance and name, the core of the legend, the spirit of giving and spreading joy, has remained the same. So from Saint Nicholas we move to the Dutch figure of Sinterklaas. But how did Sinterklaas become the jolly red-suited Santa Claus we all know and love? Stay tuned to find out. Scene script. Sinterklaas was brought to America by Dutch settlers, where he underwent a transformation. As the Dutch established their roots in the New World, they brought with them the tradition of their beloved Sinterklaas, a stern, bishop-like figure who distributed gifts to children on the 5th of December. In this new land, Sinterklaas began to evolve, influenced by the melting pot of cultures and traditions that characterized the early American colonies. The British settlers also played a significant role in shaping the figure of Santa Claus. They introduced their tradition of Father Christmas, a jovial figure who represented the spirit of good cheer at Christmas. Father Christmas was not initially associated with gift-giving, but rather, he was a symbol of holiday merriment and feasting. Over time, these two figures began to merge. Sinterklaas adopted some of the joviality and cheer of Father Christmas, while Father Christmas began to take on the gift-giving role of Sinterklaas. The name Sinterklaas, too, underwent a transformation, gradually becoming Santa Claus in the English-speaking colonies. The Americanization of Santa Claus didn't stop there. Throughout the 19th century, American authors, poets, and illustrators began to add their own touches to the Santa Claus narrative. Among them was the famous poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, better known as The Night Before Christmas, which painted Santa as a jolly plump man who traveled in a sleigh pulled by 8 reindeer. By the 20th century, Santa had become the figure we are familiar with today, a rotund, merry man with a white beard, dressed in a red suit, who delivers presents to children around the world on Christmas Eve. He was no longer simply a figure of Dutch or British tradition, but a uniquely American symbol of Christmas cheer and generosity. The Santa Claus we know today is a blend of various traditions and figures. His evolution from Sinterklaas to Santa Claus is a fascinating tale of cultural exchange and transformation, reflecting the diverse influences that have shaped the celebration of Christmas in America and around the world. The modern image of Santa Claus is a jolly plump man with a white beard. This picture is so vivid that it's almost impossible not to imagine Santa without his cherry red suit, snowy beard, and twinkling eyes full of merriment. But how did this image become so deeply engraved in our minds? Well, the modern depiction of Santa Claus that we all know and love was born out of a melting pot of traditions, advertisements, songs, and movies. In the mid-19th century, political cartoonist Thomas Nast began drawing Santa Claus for Harper's Weekly, incorporating elements from German and Dutch folklore. His illustrations gave Santa his plump and jolly appearance and dressed him in his now signature red suit. But the image didn't stop evolving there. In the 20th century, Coca-Cola launched a series of holiday advertisements featuring Santa Claus. Artist Haddon Sundblom, inspired by the Clement Clarke Moore poem A Visit from St. Nicholas, created a Santa that was both realistic and symbolic, warm, friendly, and of course, plump and jolly. These advertisements were so popular that they played a significant role in shaping our modern image of Santa Claus. Santa's story has also been told and retold through countless songs and movies, each adding a bit more to his legend. Who could forget the classic line from the song, "Santa Claus is coming to town," warning that Santa sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake? Or the countless movies that depict Santa's workshop at the North Pole, bustling with elves busily preparing toys for Christmas Eve. Speaking of the North Pole, that's where, according to the legend, Santa resides. In his magical workshop, he and his elves work tirelessly all year round to create the toys that he delivers to children across the globe on Christmas Eve. And let's not forget his magical sleigh pulled by flying reindeer, which allows him to travel the world in just one night. Santa Claus has become an integral part of Christmas celebrations. His image and story, woven together from so many different threads, have created a character that embodies the spirit of giving, joy, and magic that is at the heart of the holiday season. Santa Claus is not just a character, he represents the spirit of giving and joy. This jolly figure has made a profound impact on our culture. His presence is felt worldwide, transcending borders and bridging gaps between various cultures. The image of the rotund, bearded man in a red suit has become a universal symbol of Christmas, a holiday celebrated by millions around the globe. Santa Claus embodies the spirit of generosity, selflessness, and goodwill. He instills in us the joy of giving, teaching young and old alike that it's not just about receiving gifts, but also about giving them. He reminds us of the value of kindness, of reaching out to others, and of spreading cheer wherever we go. Children especially eagerly anticipate his visit each year. Their eyes light up at the thought of Santa Claus sliding down the chimney, leaving behind a trail of gifts. The excitement of writing letters to Santa, of leaving out cookies and milk, and of waking up to a stocking filled with presents is a cherished part of childhood. But Santa's impact goes beyond just the tangible presents. He brings an indescribable magic to the holiday season. He fills homes with joy and laughter, hearts with love, and spirits with hope. The anticipation of his visit creates a sense of excitement and wonder that enhances the festive atmosphere. Moreover, Santa Claus encourages the power of belief. The belief in something magical, something beyond our everyday experiences. He allows children, and even adults, to immerse themselves in a world of imagination, where reindeers can fly, and a man can travel the world in a single night. He is also a figure of unity. Regardless of one's background, everyone knows Santa Claus. He brings people together, evoking a shared sense of joy and celebration. In essence, Santa Claus, with his hearty laugh and twinkling eyes, is much more than a legendary figure who delivers gifts on Christmas Eve. He is a symbol of the holiday spirit, a beacon of joy and generosity. Santa Claus, a symbol of generosity and love, continues to touch hearts around the world. So, who is Santa Claus, you may ask? Well, as we've discovered, he's a blend of many figures and traditions, each contributing to the jolly and generous character we know today. Santa Claus, or St. Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, has origins as diverse as the Dutch Sinterklaas, the British Father Christmas, and the American Santa. This plump, merry man in his iconic red suit is more than just a legendary figure who travels the globe on Christmas Eve, delivering gifts to children. He embodies the spirit of giving, the joy of sharing, and the magic of belief. He lives in the hearts of those who love the holiday season, regardless of their age or where they come from. Santa's story has evolved over centuries, weaving together folklore, mythology, and cultural traditions, and continues to evolve. Santa Claus, a timeless figure, continues to spread joy and happiness every Christmas. And that, my friends, is truly what makes him special.